Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. We are now only one away from the R-Key challenge from being complete on Like Tree Gold. Thank you very much, everybody. If you're wondering how it jumped up by 2, is because first off, we had a video from the other day crossing 3,000 likes. Thank you for making it possible. And then an unlikely source all the way from a different series, and the first time ever that this has happened, the TCG shop series from episode 1 crossed 3,000 combined likes and dislikes, making it 359. I told you all during that series that yes, if that series gets over 3,000 likes, I will also count it for the like streak goal on Isaac, and that is exactly what happened. So from an unlikely source, unlikely supporter over here on the TCG Shop Simulator series, crossing over to Isaac, we are now only one away. I was monitoring that one very, very closely because it was so close the last couple of days, and it did go over today, actually, at the time of recording. So thank you very much. You have the TCG Shop Simulator series to thank for that one. Here's your picture of the day, sent in here by ScottyDoo292. Title thread was, he's going to go pro in no time, hashtag MoshPet. And then inside the thread, they also said, this is Michael, our clown knife fish. He's just a little guy, only 17 inches, but he is studying Isaac intently. And this has got to be the first, I've got to say, I've ever seen a fish from the Mosh Pets actually watching the video. So thank you very much, Scotty Doo, and everyone who upvoted that one. That had a lot of upvotes. I mean, how often do you really see, first off, a clown knife fish, and secondly, one that's watching Isaac? Today is going to be DGEC 8 Romeo Whiskey Victor. And what is this? No. Ouroboros. Never, ever. One of the worst trinkets ever. Unless you have Tractor Beam. And even then, I'm pretty sure Tractor Beam does still, it still goofs it. So yeah, I was very, very closely monitoring the TCG Shop Sim series. There's a couple episodes that have gotten very close to 3,000. And then today, right before I booted up Isaac, I was like, let me go check it out. And I did see that we did indeed cross that. So it's super awesome that that happened. And, you know, I figured that would be a nice little way to give nod to the TCG Shop series, which has been just doing, of course, it's been slowing down admittedly, but over the past month has been an absolute powerhouse for the Mosh Pit and secondary content. People have been watching that series. So those of you who've been supporting both, because I know that there's a lot of people in the Mosh Pit who've been liking and commenting on both series, Isaac and TCG Shop Simulator. Thank you. Thank you very much for making it possible. And of course, we are now only one away from the mythical 1,000 likes, or 1,000, yeah, sure, 1,000 likes, but also 1,000 wins on the second Eden streak, which is not even an Eden streak really, because it stopped being an Eden streak a long time ago. It was a random. We've done randoms. We've spawned not spawned items in, but we've gone to the console and be like, hey, like I wonder where the secret room is, and you know, that sort of stuff, just for funsies. So you know, people will say that is not allowed, or purists are going to say whatever. But no matter how you shake it, I'm proud that we've been doing videos for so consistently, and the fact that we're here once again, seemingly, when did Rebirth come out? Or not Rebirth, Repentance. It was 2021, I want to say. So it took us 3 more years almost to get the 1,000 streak back, and it's I don't even know what to say. It's honestly surreal. Now that being said, though, I don't want to get ahead of myself. It is Halloween. It's scary. Hey, there's spooky magic in the air, man. I don't know what's gonna happen on today's run, but we already have a really good start here with Charming Tears the Soul, and on top of that, we have a very decent Space Bar item in Decap. So we got a movement speed upgrade, which is one of our worst stats. So yeah, here we go. I'm not going to go into the vault right now. Wow, we have an absolute butt ton of HP right now. Unfortunately, we don't have a bomb, though, so we can't get this black rune, which means that there was just kind of a waste of HP to come in here. Then we have a vault as well, which I'm still not going to go into, because then we wouldn't have a key to go into the item room. But yeah, it's kind of surreal in a way. To think that was 3 years ago or so, whenever Repentance came out, and then, you know, so much has happened since it came out. Repentance really was the next stage of evolution for the channel. and you know, brought of course it was revolutionary for the channel. You know, the channel started to peak at the right time, right before the expansion came out, and then it took off, and it changed my life forever. And you all do that for me every single day. And to be here again, where we're almost there at 1,000 again, is you know, it hasn't really sunk in. And I know that I say I really don't pay too much mind to milestones, because it is nice to celebrate that kind of stuff, but I think that they're also kind of distracting. I think that there's sometimes they could be not a negative. There's nothing negative about what's going on. But you know, it's just like, yeah, like I said in the other video, it's just another day at the office, pretty much. I do want to get Steam Sale, but right now we need the 5 bombs. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I am going to stick with Decap Attack though, because Decap is actually surprisingly very good at dispatching enemies. We're going to be able to get the vault for free in terms of keys. Pretty happy about that. And then someone, I don't remember, it was a couple days ago, someone was I don't know if they were joking or trolling or whatever, but said, you know, what is the like streak to you? I mean, wouldn't the like streak be considered a milestone? Does that not mean anything to you? And I think they were joking, but it's hard to get a read on context and tone, of course, on the internet. Obviously, yes, the like streaks matter, because that is the day in and day out achievement that I go off of in terms of metrics and personal accomplishment, and saying, hey, you know, did today's video hit the like streak goal? You know, what went on in it? You know, where are people tuning out? What kind of stuff what kind of runs are people more responding to? And all that is a lot of self-reflection in terms of the commentary. I think the commentary has been much better, especially after June's sort of mishaps there. I think that overall, I've been very, very happy with how the channel has been growing. And it just the overwhelming amount of support that I have been seeing, that you all have been sharing. Gosh, dude, we're just getting, it's just unlimited HP right now. All right, I'm coming back in here because I want the Black Rune. Black Rune is going to allow us to at least get some stats for something. This is a global D20, so I'm just going to use that right now. It's going to reroll everything on the ground, including stuff in the shop, I believe. But there was no way for us to know what kind of room that was going to be in there. Yes, I could have played the Temperance Machine and gotten 2 coins down there, but we still need the money for the Steam Sale. But yeah, it is a fascinating time that I live in right now, and this game has really become my life. You know, I am very, very proud to say that, you know, this is what I do for a living. I'm very proud to say that the people who support me really do truly care and truly support me and want to, whether it be because I'm part of their daily lives, daily rituals, or because they simply just they just want to support hard work, that sort of stuff. And I'm going to take 2 for 1 here, and we got everything but the stats we wanted, of course. So we still need to get those. I'm going to get Steam Sale. I don't want to use Soul Hearts here, but I will if I have to. Steam Sale just has too much of an upside to it, especially if we end up getting something like Deep Pockets, Keeper Sack. This is a future. This is for future Sinvicta to appreciate. And yeah, I'll wrap up this little thought blurb by saying thank you all very much. I know that sometimes that sentiment comes off as hollow because there's a lot of YouTubers and even streamers too that say, I like to riff on them for saying, thanks bro, appreciate it bro, thanks bro. And it becomes so devoid of any meaning because they just say it by automatic. Like there are even mutuals, which of course I'm not going to name, but You'll hear someone say, appreciate the sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's like, you know, I feel like that's not enough. Thanks. To let someone truly say, hey, you know what? This person went out of their way to support you financially. You know, I think something a little bit more than a totally just sort of, I don't want to say meaningless, but what feels a little like automatic type of a thank you is a little bit more appropriate for me anyway. But of course, I also have, what I will say is that this is coming from a smaller content creator, of course. You know, a smaller YouTuber, whatever you want to call me. I'll never want to go by any type of title. I just play video games. Professional gamer. That sounds a lot cooler than content creator or influencer. That's why I try to let everybody know when I say thank you, I really mean it. I know what it means to be a viewer of somebody that you admire or someone that you want to support. I know that what it means to have meaningful interaction with those people, and how much it means whenever one of them like goes out of their way to say, "Hey, I appreciate that. I really do. Like, thank you." You know, I know the value of $1. I know that there's plenty. There's at this point there's an unlimited amount of ways that you can spend your free time. And the fact that you choose to spend however much time that you want dedicated to my Isaac videos, dedicated to my music, dedicated to my streams, all that stuff, I recognize. Because I'm a viewer too. I watch YouTube, I watch Twitch just as much as anyone else. I get made fun of a lot I get made fun of for a lot of things, but I get made fun of a lot of the time because people who see me in other channels and hanging out with friends and, you know, just lurking and stuff, they're like, dude, you're everywhere. Yeah, I kind of am. I like watching, I like supporting people that I enjoy watching. Fredo is a good example. I haven't known Fredo very long, but we've talked quite a few times, and I've been active in his community. Fredo on TV, in case you don't know who I'm talking about. And you know, he's one of those people that you just kind of know that you're gonna be cool with. You know, it's someone that you want to support, and that's very hard to find these days because there's a lot of sameness going on in new media. Also, where's our shop and our item room? Looking like we got a giraffe standing up with the "come at me, bro" arms right now. Tell me you don't see that. Either there, it's a Golduck doing the same thing. It's definitely got the "come at me, bro" vibes to it. I know. There are not very many people that I dedicate a lot of free time to watch. But the ones I do, whenever I get to actually interact with them and talk to them, it's nice. You know, gift a few subs here and there. You know, like the videos all that I can. And I know that it is a lot to ask of people to spend an hour of their day, or even a half hour of their day. Not everyone, of course. It's all different. Absolutely going to take Birthright here, and it's definitely worth bombing for. Because we want to get the Soul Heart too. Birthright's going to give us 3 random items, and it gives us Pluto, two fly items. I mean, I got to take Pluto, right? We got to go Pluto. I mean, we need the tiers. The shot speed really right now is really nice because we don't have to worry about my reflection coming back on us so bad. The secret room's here too. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. It's stuff that I've said before. And thank you. No matter how this run shapes out, no matter how tomorrow shapes out, no matter how this year shapes out, I just want to say thank you. And you know that I mean it. So we go on to the last question of the episode here from the I Never Knew This Was a Thing episode, which of course was the very big revelation that Broken Ankh actually can res you more than once in one run. Gosh, that just broke my brain right there. I used decap But I thought it was Isaac's body because I knew it was small from Pluto, but I didn't realize that the body was not where the head was. Like, it straight up broke my brain. We got another Tears upgrade and more HP too. So this one coming in from Bo Sammy 2981. Thank you, Bo, for being such a longtime supporter of my channel. She's one of the many that have been around for quite a while. And Bo always makes sure that she's known in the comments and on Twitter. So thank you, Bo. And Bo asks, question of the episode. I'm not sure if this has been answered before, but if you were to design a Sinvicta boss, what would it be? What would he be like? I.e., where would you find him? Attack patterns, rewards, etc. A Sinvicta boss would have to be. It would have to be heavy metal themed, so I'm guessing give me an axe or a guitar that's shaped like an axe, even though I technically don't play guitar. But got to be heavy metal themed, so he's coming up with heavy metal, like Hetfield, like yeah, that sort of stuff. I think that would be awesome. The attacks, he would have a combination of throwing out actual metal, like metal shards, like doing like a sort of like a Dogma attack. Except instead of feathers, they would be just shrapnel. And then in phase 2, he would start summoning heavy metal sissies, like cyborg sissies. And these would light up. They would have a little red dot showing. They'd be like Cyclops sissies. They would have a little red dot that lines up a Tech 1 laser and gives the player about 1.5 seconds to react and get out of the way before they get pelted by a Tech 1 laser. And that would happen at 50% HP. And then maybe at like 10% HP, like he enrages and does like a really, really crazy amount of attacks, like just swinging wildly, just raging out. I think that would be cool. As far as where you would find him, what he would look like would just it would be like my Sinvicta Isaac character. Except a little bit more extravagant, kind of looking like maybe a combination of Death and or Ultra Death and Ultra War, or something like that. The music obviously would be totally different. I would ask Matthias to write me a really heavy metal Mick Gordon-esque type level of metal track for Isaac. I think that would be awesome. And where you would find him would be, I would love to see him in, I know that people are probably going to end up saying something like Mausoleum or something like that, but I wouldn't want to be an alt path because that would go against my theme. I think that he should be a special type of spawn that will spawn randomly like a mini boss. I'm not a Harbinger, but it would be something like, think of it kind of like a Super Pride or something like that, but instead of him being spawned in a special room, he could spawn in any room. I think that would keep the player on their toes. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I do think that it would add some spice, lots of spice to the game. If all of a sudden you had like an invader boss, like Devil Joe from Monster Hunter, or even what's his name, Zevrix, whatever the new WoW Delves boss is. I think if you had something like that, it puts us such an uneasy feeling, or heck, even think like. Oh god, what is his name from Resident Evil? The Tyrant, where the Tyrant can kind of bust out of most rooms just randomly like that. I think he got turned into Mr. X during the remakes. I never played any of the remakes. And his reward, he would not be a static boss drop, but he would have a very, very low but fair chance, like a 33% chance to drop Sinvicta's medal, which would be the axe from Path of Exile that they made me. And it would be a pure melee weapon. It would only take moves from the stats, like the base stats that Isaac has, or it would only take stats from the base stats. But so it would basically have like no tier effects or anything like that associated with it. But it would have a completely new set of abilities. And when you equip it, it would give Isaac a custom character model as well. Try to snipe. Thank you, Bo, for the question of the episode too. Let's see if we can maybe get Cubone here. Having one that's charmed is going to be a little bit difficult to hit, though. You've got to be kidding me. How did that not hit? What is the range on that? Our range is 24.16, game. How in the world did that not hit? So we're sitting at just unlimited HP right now. Perfect time for a Sac Room Shuffle, I gotta say. I don't know why I'm trying to pigeonhole this orbital play in right now, because we don't need to use Distant Admiration or whatever, whichever fly we have. Which one is it? It is. It's one of them. You know, that one. The one of the many flies that are very similar in everything they do. We need more damage. Our tears rate is excellent. I mean, our stats really are just quite excellent right now. Shot speed's kind of insane. Our range is redonkulous. What I would like to see more of is just more tier effects at this point. You know, I don't really care too much about getting any more movement speed. We're kind of good on movement speed. So saving us a hit right there. Flying would be nice, but in terms of stats, just, yeah, I mean, anything that isn't Ipecac. There's no way that I was going to pick up Tiny Planet. None. There's 0% chance. If we had Brimstone, if we had Mom's Knife, maybe I would consider it, but My Reflection plus Tiny Planet, it does some weird things to the game, man. In an already weird acting game. Yeah, tell me your Halloween plans. What you got going on tonight? Going out with the kids? You going trick-or-treating? Are you just not going out at all this year? I think it's supposed to be raining tonight, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Not that I'm going anywhere, of course. I have no desire to go anywhere except to go see -1 back in theaters tomorrow, which is, oh man. We got 13 more minutes of new footage in the movie. Even though I've seen the movie a million zillion times, I'm willing to see it one more time in theater just because. God. I mean, it is Spectral Tears. All right, fine. This is our range is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what to say about these tears anymore. If we can get any kind of tear effect, we're happy. Anything that isn't range, or Continuum, or Spectral Tears, or Ipecac. Yeah, I don't need an excuse to go see -1 in theaters again. I mean, they're gonna try to milk that movie dry, as they should, because it's the only Oscar-winning Godzilla film to ever exist. But it's also just a great movie. So they've merchandised the heck out of it, and you know, I'm a fan. Everyone knows that I'm a huge Godzilla fan, and seeing it one more time in theaters is going to be a lot of fun. Not going to pick up the Bone Heart yet until I know for sure that we have a red heart. One that isn't that half heart that's all the way across the map. There we go. Whenever our tiers line up with Distant Admiration here. Yeah, you lost your privilege there, Eraser. You don't get to join us on this fantastic adventure. Somewhere out there, someone on YouTube is saying, "Oh, it was your fault. Your fault. You missed stupid. Don't blame the item. Blame the player." I mean, there is a level of that, but also, like, shut up. Just shut up. Let me have this moment of blaming the item. And yeah, with this shot speed being so high here, we are going to see lots of that. Hit it twice. Gotta be careful with the dips because they also do a lot of weird clown physics-y things. Alright, so we need to get a solid Devil Deal here. I wouldn't mind Brimstone, to be honest. Champion Red Monstro 2 sucks. One of the most, actually, I would say the most dangerous version of Monstro 2 that exists. He's fine by himself, but he's not fine when he's got three other ones. We get an HP upgrade. Yep. Oh, we've shown this week how we get through runs that just have 0 damage upgrades. And, you know, my reflection, it is a damage upgrade. And there's a reason why I take it is because I do think that it's more good than bad these days. With almost every tier effect except Ipecac. Ipecac really is the My Reflection killer. And I think that my reflection is always going to be a net positive for any run, though. Just because it does have a massive amount of damage tied to it. On top of that, if you ever have a range problem, hey, oh, you range no further. You're good. It's got you taken care of. More money here would be nice. Is a strength card. Oh, we can use it for a Devil Deal. Dead End Airlines is roaring on today. I'm not even gonna bother sitting in this room. We know how this room's gonna end up. Been having a lot of fun on World of Warcraft, by the way. So those of you who are still playing War Within, come check us out. We're on Kel'Thuzad, or just come by my daily stream. We're looking for we need some people who are raiders. We need some mega giga Chad heals and mega giga Chad DPSers out there. And I haven't done a recruiting call to action in a while for WoW. So we were short for the first time. We're short for the first time ever for a raid this week, which is unfortunate. These shops and item rooms have been just doo-doo. Other than Birthright and other than, I guess, other than My Reflection. Gone the wrong way. Right. 1,000, nearly 1,000 wins later, and okay, we just phased through that. And we still can't find the right way to go. Well, I do know the secret room's right there. Really? Shows you what I know. We could play this Judgment, but that's a recipe for getting bounced onto the spikes over and over again. Head cat, okay. One guppy item will... Nice. Very odd that the map chose this room to spawn the secret room over the other room. Because it definitely should have been in the original spot that I tried twice. I thought the first time the bomb missed. The money doesn't really matter. The advantage here of having spectral tears. Alright, game. Do us a solid here and just give us the low percentage Devil Deal and make it good. I'm gonna take the negative for damage and a Krampus fight. Again, like I said the other day, I guess I should be relieved that it's a Krampus fight on a low percentage one. A low percentage devil deal. But man, it would have been really nice if we got Lump of Coal. But I will concede that the head of Krampus is probably better than Red Candle right now. Especially since we're so small, Red Candle becomes a little bit difficult to wield. I had to use it in here because that blue champion worm was gonna be problems. Charming Tears here helping us out a lot with the skitterers kind of just running into each other. Good. Bueno. And thank you everybody for supporting the TikToks as well as the YouTube Shorts. They've been going very, very strongly. For it hasn't really been that long since we started publishing them and making them, and I hired Alex to be a full-time editor specifically for the shorts and the TikToks, and he's done an awesome job, as he always does. He always does. He told me the other day, I asked him if everything was good. He said that he's actually had to deny a couple of clients just because he's got too much work for art, which is awesome. And if you happen to be one of the lucky ones who's commissioned Alex, I want to say thank you for supporting him as well. He does a great job, and he's part of Teams Invicta. Ooh, absolutely one shoop over head of Krampus faux show. And the dead end streak stays alive here. One day we will end the epidemic of Invicta navigation. One day. I don't know when. It's probably when I eventually finally quit Isaac and move on to Eugenics or to Isaac 2. I can't wait for Eugenics. It's going to be an absolutely absurd game. Every time I talk to Ed about Eugenics, I just get more and more excited. I'm like, man. And then, he and Matthias are releasing the music, the soundtrack for the game, and it's just, oh, baby. Ooh. Big time damage there with Shoop. Another Tears upgrade. We did get a double deal, and it's actually going to be a decent one. Athame. Let's go. Being Super Pride, or Ultra Pride, I should say. Lorian starts shooting at Ed. Ed did not take too kindly to that. Most people don't take too kindly at it. Do it whenever you shoot at them. Most of the time, it's not going to be a recipe for success. Should go in the arcade to see if there's at least a judgment in there to get a red heart upgrade. There's a judgment, but not the type of judgment I wanted. We get a double charge here on Shoop to Whoop from the Ultra Charge Beggar. Whatever you want to call him. I think he's just called the Charge Beggar. Ooh. Soul Heart, very nice. Know the secret room is to the right of the curse room. Ooh. Go into the secret room. Really? Wow, okay. Stand corrected. I would have bet the house that it was there. This is worth doing because we have a guppy item. We also have 9 lives, of course, so we're not in an unlosable situation, but it's going to be very difficult for the game to kill us 9 times. Especially with a strength card, we can save for insurance instead of a devil deal, which is what I'm probably going to end up doing, to be honest. No dead end here. Gotta remember we have spectral tears with continuum. I've never really been a huge fan of Halloween. Even as a kid, it wasn't really like the most exciting holiday of the year for me. I was just kind of like, whatever. It's fun to dress up. Definitely when I was older, going to like Halloween parties and stuff, that was more fun than the actual going trick-or-treating. Which I did have fun with. It's fun to go out with your parents and go get candy and and see your friends from around the neighborhood. That was always fun. So we're hitting every corner of the globe right here, brother. But it's never been something I've been like hugely stuck on. I could take it or leave it. I think it's the most accurate way I can summarize my feelings about Halloween. I think that it's fun to wear stuff that you normally wouldn't wear. Gives you an excuse to dress fancy or cosplay or whatever, and I get that. I'm just a lousy actor, man. I really am. Like I feel goofy. It's hard to explain. I feel really dumb when I dress up. When I used to dress up for Halloween, just like I feel really dumb whenever I try to put on a fake voice for voice acting and that sort of stuff. Which of course I've only voice acted extremely minor roles. Nothing even worth crediting. But I do eventually I'd like to do it. I realize I'm selling myself very well by saying I'm a bad actor. It's something that I could definitely get better with practice. I remember we have the negative, not the Polaroid. I've also come to the conclusion that I think that I would be best suited for like an anti-hero role or maybe even a villain role. I don't think that I do not think that I would have I don't think I have a voice of like a lead protagonist role. I don't even think I could fake one. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing a villain. Villains are almost as popular as the heroes these days. I think I would make a good villain hero, anti-hero. At one point there was a big Minecraft series that was going on that I was supposed to be cast as the one of the main villains of, like, it was like a roleplay server, but a very established and very big one. And I was kind of pumped up for it because like this would be interesting, but I'm also not used to role playing ever in Minecraft, so getting the movements down and everything like that was going to be a little bit weird. But it was something that I was definitely gonna give my best. If anything, it would be a very good practice for actual voice acting one day. Press the tower, no thank you. Actually went the right way this time. Alright, so this fight may be a little bit rough here without the Polaroid. I'll wait till Fallen splits, then we shoot. Would have been nice if we had a 4.5 volt, obviously. That's the perfect scenario. Gotta be careful of the clapback from Satan. Charm on Satan and Fear is always weird. You never know where his feet are going to go. Unpredictable. All right. Let me get down D-Bizzle, Oathead, and Hungry Soul. Yikes. I won't take D-Bizzle until we have enough red hearts on the ground. Make it happen. I'm going to actually hold on to the left hand because mainly is because I want to make sure that we get soul hearts here. Victory lap is definitely not going to happen unless we get something insane here. Yeah, I'm actually gonna save the soul hearts on the ground until we need them. As dumb as that may seem, remember, if we end up dying, we're gonna go back to 1 red heart HP, and I want to make sure that we have enough auxiliary HP in the backup, just to make sure if that does happen, we'll be fine. We're not just gonna have to. We're just not gonna be in a death spiral against Lamb, which tends to happen more than you might think. And then we gotta beat Lamb on 1 HP instead of, like, 2 or 3. It's so hard to see where Isaac is with Pluto. Pluto is getting close to blacklisted for me. Unless we really truly need the tears up. The disorientation and the lack of vision where Isaac is unlocks moving box. Yeah, we had that. It's making it really a really strong case for Pluto to kind of get the yeeted. It is a massive tears upgrade, but a part of me thinks that the size down is not worth it. I know that there's some funky things that you can do in secret rooms to exploit it and get the I Am Error room so you can fall through the world. You can sidestep rocks and stuff and that sort of thing. And I'm not. That doesn't weigh as a metric for me. I want functionality, not stuff that I have to. Like, what can you do for me now? Not stuff that I have to be like, oh, I gotta take this perfect step pixel dodge into this corner of the room, or or I just simply lose myself trying to find where I am in the midst of a ton of tears flying everywhere. But under most circumstances where we would need a tears up, Pluto's still gonna be taken. It's just in these instances, I think that it causes more harm than help. Vision and awareness is something that's it's a very important stat to have in football and in baseball, really in any sports, but also equally as important in Isaac. You got to know where Isaac is on the screen. You got to know what to dodge. You got to know which one of these tiers are my tiers, that sort of thing. Where's my orbital? Where's I guess Lost Soul Buddy. That kind of stuff is very, very, very important in Isaac, and not contributing to the visual doo-doo is one of the things that's kind of important. You gotta make sure that you can see. You gotta make sure that you can dodge. And Pluto kind of goes against all that. So I'm gonna go back and pick up the. We could actually pick up D-Bizzle and then just we would actually be. It would be okay to pick up D-Bizzle, I suppose. That would kill us temporarily, but we also just have a strength card, which I'm going to use anyway. And we don't have Polaroid invincibility to really worry about maintaining because we have the negative, obviously. We just need to make sure we don't die. That's the big thing. We can't die. So this is a very self-reflective run. We got through. We got through with what we had to work with. I mean, the ton of extra HP at the start was just insane. And then all the tears upgrades, we probably didn't need Pluto, but I'm glad I took it just to have it. Look at the charm tears. Lamb just shot his own body. You love to see it. Whenever you can get Lamb to murk himself, that's when you know you got yourself a satisfying win. So there we go, everybody. We are one away from the big 1000. And as I said in the commentary for this episode, sincerely, thank you all very much for no matter how this journey goes, how it ends, whatever, we can say that we did it. We've put out over 1,200 episodes in a row now and counting, and it's just it's truly amazing what the Mosh Pit has accomplished. So from me to you, I say thank you again, everyone. Thank you for supporting this video. Thank you for clicking that like button. Remember, this video gets 3,000 likes. We will be doing the Arcade Challenge this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Welcome all new members of the Mosh Pit as well. Thank you for being here. And as always, I will see you all next time. Till then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Andrew Fluitt, Paladamores, and Mr. K. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find down below, or by going to patreon.com/Invicta.